Hello everyone, I hope everyone is having a beautiful weekend. As we are getting close and nearing to the end of this year, I want to share this guide to prepare your goals for the coming year. Many of us plan our goals each year at the beginning of the year, but why wait till the beginning of the year when you can start planning now instead of rushing to recycle some of those old goals by rewriting them or rephrasing them into new goals? You may ask, how do you start preparing? I'm going to share this guide to help you get started. First thing you must do is to create a list. Yes, a list of what you want or need more in your life for next year, as well as a list to create less of what you don't want in your life for next year. And I hope this makes sense so far. It sounds a bit paradoxical, but it works. By simply using this guide and exercise, it will help you prepare your goals for this coming year. Trust me, this guide will embark you in a journey of self-discovery by providing you with the tools that you will need that will help you to create more of what you want or need, but also evaluate what you don't want and create less of it through self-awareness. So let's get started. How to create more of what you want. First, I would like to recommend creating a list, sort of like a pros and cons list. And in this list, you're going to write down what you want more of for the next year. It is recommended to write at least 9 for each section items that you want more. Write down the pros and cons of these that you have chosen. The next step is to break it down into the 5 top priorities of what you want to create more. And this exercise will allow you to see the possibilities rather than looking for it as an obstacle or like barriers in achieving them, thus creating unneeded stress. For each of the top 5 priorities, you're going to break it down, each one with 5 action steps that will help you to create more of what you want. See the illustration in the video. Now, to create less of what you don't want for next year, you will follow the same directions from the more list, but this time is to create less of what you don't want for next year. Create the same type of list of the things that you want less for next year. Think it through. And it is like going through your closet and separating the clothes that you no longer want and the clothes that you want to keep. Then decide on what you're going to do with them. Will you donate them or sell them? In the very same way, you're creating this list. Again, creating a list of pros and cons. Recommended to write at least 9 things for each section that you want less of for the next year. Write down, again, the pros and cons, and the next step is to break it down into the top 5 priorities of what you want to create less for next year. And for each top priorities, you will break it down with 5 action steps that will help you create less of what you don't want. And this will help you narrow it down into a commitment of creating less of what you don't want. See the illustration. The purpose of this guide is to help you see the difference between what you want more of and what you want less of. Are you ready to be challenged in creating less of what you don't want and more of what you want? Another way to look at it is to compare it and contrast each one by asking yourself, what makes me feel full or what makes me feel empty? Or better yet, what robs me of my energy or what brings me more energy? Whichever one you choose to work with, it will help you in creating a balance of the things that you want more of in your life and the things that you want to decrease in your life for next year. You would not want to do something that does not fill you with energy or do more of it. If it's not bringing you growth, then it's time to let it go. And this guide will help you narrow it down to what you really want to accomplish next year. Then lastly, think it thoroughly by asking yourself, is this what I really want? Because if you're not passionate about it or are still questioning it, if this is really what I want, or if you lack motivation and commitment towards accomplishing it, when you put it on paper, then it's telling you that it's not moving you enough into action. Let it go and go on to the next one. Lastly, there is a quote by Mark Twain that states, "I can teach anybody how to get what they want out of life. The problem is I can't find anybody who can tell me what they want." This quote is found in www.goodreads.com. And this is a great question to start pondering on because it incites critical thinking. We must evaluate deep down on what it is that you truly want, what it is that you truly need, and what you want more of, and what is it that you need less of. Ask yourself, how can I create more of it? What brings me a spark of energy and what does not? Keep in mind, if something does not create a positive experience for you, you will not feel like it's important to work on it. Then move on to the next one. The same with creating less. If you feel a certain degree of freedom in knowing that you're going to create less of creating less of it, then you are in the right track. Now, the question to you is, what do you want more of or less this coming year? That will help you create more time for yourself, bring you more energy, and help you feel better accomplished. It is time to start. The clock is ticking till January. You have time to prepare, so let's do this. And if you need a coach, I'm available.